Want to call the September 3rd, 2013 City Council meeting for the City of Yukon, Oklahoma to order. I'd like you to stand, please, for the invocation by Pastor Debbie Powell Maxwell and the flag salute.
Let us pray. O Holy One, with stilled thoughts and contrite hearts, we come seeking your strength and guidance this day. You know the many needs of this city, and you know our blessings as well. We ask now for a sharing of your authority so that we can move confidently in this meeting and boldly use our individual and collective gifts for this, our community, to address the challenges of our times. May our gathering today be marked by patience, careful listening, and a deep and abiding respect and affection for all the people we serve. May we maintain our focus with determination and with a sense of humor, born of the knowledge that we are mortal. May we stand for each other, may we stand for Yukon, and may we stand with you. For all of this, and with your grace, we give our thanks. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Smith.
Here?
Opitz.
Here.
Alberts.
Here.
Gerba.
Here.
McCarron.
Here. Do we have any presentations or proclamations? This is a point in the meeting where we will hear from visitors that would like to address the council on a non-agenda item. Do we have anybody? Please step forward and state your name and address.
My name is Tom Thomas. I live at 708 Cali, and I'm here to represent the Yukon Veterans Museum. We're growing. We've outseated our building right now. We are wall-to-wall tight with gifts from the veterans of the city. We're overwhelmed with the idea of the way that they're contributing to us. And I'm here tonight to ask for some help. We need a bigger building on our first ground level because the people are donating. We have to meet them downstairs in order to get the stuff upstairs to the museum. So, again, we're asking for your all's help. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Tom. Do we have any other visitors that would like to address the council? Seeing none, we will recess as a Yukon City Council reconvene as a Yukon Municipal Authority. Item 1A, YMA consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so the Yukon Municipal Authority, by unanimous consent, can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all authority members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion to approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of August 20th, 2013, and B, payment of material claims in the amount of $68,718.36. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Do we have any discussion? Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Gerba.
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
Opitz.
Yes.
At this time, we'll adjourn as the Yukon Municipal Authority and reconvene as a Yukon City Council. Item 1 is a consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so the City Council, by unanimous consent, can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all council members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion that will approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of August 20th, 2013. B, payment of material claims in the amount of $297,570.91. C, designating the items on the attached list from the Technology Department as surplus and authorizing their sale, donation, or trade. D, the renewal of the existing Parks and Recreation Department operation lease agreement with Yukon Optimus Sports Club for the use of the community center football field from August 21st, 2013 through December 15th, 2013. E, the renewal of the existing Parks and Recreation Department operation lease agreement with the stage door for use of the WIMAC building from August 21st, 2013 through August 21st, 2014. F, the agreement for the services between the City of Yukon and the Oklahoma Checks for the period beginning July 1st, 2013 through June 30th, 2014 at the cost of $1,455. G, the denial of claim number 132626-KW from Justin Eisenhower as recommended by the Oklahoma Municipal Assurance Group. H, Resolution 2013-12, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Yukon, Oklahoma, adopting the operating budget for the fiscal year. I, setting the date for the next regular council meeting for September 17th, 2013, 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the Centennial Building, 12 South 5th Street. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Do we have any discussion? Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alberts,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Gerba,
Yes.
Opitz,
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
Item 2, reports of boards, commissions, and city officials.
None this evening. They will start the first meeting of October.
Thank you, Mr. Bottom. Item 3, consider approving an expenditure of funds in the amount of $195,395.74 to repair water wells at the well field in Oklahoma City due to damages from the May 31st, 2013 storms, as recommended by the Public Works Director. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Do we have any discussion? Do we have any discussion? I have one quick question. Mr. Bottom, I believe that the actual cost to the city is a fraction of the dollar amount that we're discussing. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's 12.5% or 24,000 and change. I think it's $24,424 and some pennies, but I'm not exactly sure, and I don't have that right here in front of me.
I understand. I just want to make sure everyone was aware that we're not spending $195,000 of the city's dollars
That's correct.
on this motion. Call the roll, please.
Smith,
Yes.
Gerba,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Opitz,
Yes.
Item 4, consider approving an expenditure of funds in the amount of $36,000 for the wildland firefighting gear from NAFCO Incorporated to be paid from the Capital Improvement Fund as recommended by the fire chief. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Is there a second?
Second.
Do we have any discussion?
Yeah, we could get, the chief is here, a little more description of exactly what I read the little blurb on the grasses and everything else. Is this, what's really different about wildlife firefighting gear versus regular firefighting gear?
Well, it's much lighter. It's it's developed specifically for that purpose. Structural gear is very heavy. It's made for close contact with, heavy heat and flames. Wildland gear is so much different, so you can move in it. Heat is one of the biggest problems we face as firefighters. So, and plus, the National Fire Protection Association doesn't recommend. They actually mandate that we have this type of gear.
How many suits are we looking at here?
36.
36 total. So they're what, roughly $1,000 a suit? Is
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay, thank you very much.
Do we have any further discussion? Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
McCarron,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Opitz,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
Gerba.
Yes.
Item 5, consider approving change order number 1 in the amount of $5,625 and amendment number 1 in the amount of a decrease of $6,672.93 to the City of Yukon Community Development Grant, CDBG, Year 10 and Year 11 roadway, water line, and sanitary sewer line replacement project. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Do we have any discussion?
Yeah, once again, wasn't real clear when I read through some of the stuff on this. We're saying that we're actually, we're just changing the amount. Is that correct on a change order?
Yes, but it was a change of the scope of work in two different areas. One of them was an increase in the scope of work of $5,625, while the other one was a reduction in the scope of work in the amount of $672.93, resulting in a $1,047 and change, 93 cents, I believe,
Back to the city.
reduction in the total contract.
Okay,
Pardon.
this was to one contractor then, right? This
That's right.
was to Brewer. Okay, thank you.
Do we have any further discussion? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Opitz,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Gerba,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Item 6, consider accepting the City of Yukon Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, Year 10 and Year 11 roadway, waterline, sanitary sewer line replacement project, and placing the maintenance bonds into effect. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Do we have any discussion? Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Opitz,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes?
Gerba,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Alpert.
Yes.
Item 7, consider and approve Resolution 2013-11, a resolution approving the trust indenture creating the Yukon Economic Development Authority, approving and accepting beneficial interest for the City of Yukon, Oklahoma, in the authority, and appointing trustees to the authority, I'm sorry.
Motion to approve?
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have any discussion? Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Smith,
Yes?
Opitz,
Yes.
Alpert.
Yes.
Gerba,
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
Item 8 is the city manager's report. These are informational items only.
I'd like to talk with you first about the street repair projects. As you drove up this evening, you could no doubt see the result of both parts that the city is doing on Fifth Street, as well as the part that the Oklahoma Department of Transportation is doing on Main Street. On the first series of projects that we outlined for you, there are 2 projects left. That is South 9th from Redwood to Yukon Avenue. We're awaiting a survey before work can begin. And then again, Yukon Avenue from Coba to Holly. That is a very complicated and repair. It nonetheless needs to be done and just requires a great deal of coordination before we move forward. On the second series of street projects that we have approved, we have finished abandonment from the west end of Frisco, as well as 9th from Poplar to Maple and 9th from Maple to Oak. In that same series, we are currently working on 5th Street from Main to Ash, as you see this evening, and we will start on Inla from 11th to 5th Street. We had to replace some of the culverts on Inla before we could actually start the road repair itself. Look forward to moving forward on some more of those projects, and we'll keep you up to date as we move forward. Within the police department, the National Night Out will be observed on the evening of September the 10th, 2013, at Chisholm Trail Park. Our Citizens Police Academy alumni and neighborhood watch groups will be supporting the event. Our local Target employees will be on hand, whereas Target is a national sponsor for the event. Hope that everybody will stop by for hamburgers, hot dogs, live music, and a lot of fun for the evening. So we'd appreciate it if everybody showed up. Utility lines and power outages. Seems like just recently we have been through, I believe, Chief, 3 instances where permitted oversized loads would make the turn from Main Street onto Ranchwood, and then would start ripping down all the lines that are right there at our police station. While they never did really rip down power lines, the commotion caused by particularly the Cox Communications cable lines caused a lot of shorting out, and we had breakers that had to be reset and that sort of thing. As of this last event, which occurred over the weekend on Friday, as a matter of fact, and then throughout the holiday weekend, Cox Communications had buried under Ranchwood Drive the last of their lines. We are now, the only lines we have are power lines, and they are above permitting height. Chief tells me that we're not going to have to experience that kind of outage. believe me, when the power goes down and you're on a voice over IP telephone system, dispatch gets a little bit perturbed because we are unable to receive nor make telephone calls. And dispatching for emergencies becomes a critical issue. So we are particularly akin to making sure that the power stays up at our police station and our dispatch center. I'll also tell you that beginning this evening, State Highway 4 bridge, Mustang Road, over Interstate 40, is having the deck removed. Even the Department of Transportation is encouraging everybody to find another route north and south of interstate around the Yukon Parkway Mustang Road area. It's not going to be, it's going to, they're starting it tonight at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a while. Weather permitting, they will move forward quickly, but honest to goodness, they really could be offline for several days as we move through that area. I don't know if, I've been up and down that intersection about as much as a lot of newbies to Yukon can be, since I live just north of there a little ways. And I've got to tell you that on my way home from Norman Saturday night, I got lost and made a wrong turn and ended up having to go up to the turnpike to get home. So be careful as you go through there. Again, I think pay heed to the Department of Transportation as they ask you to find another route. Really and truly, just don't drive in that area. With that, Mayor, I conclude my report and stand ready for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Bottom. Do we have any questions? Any questions from the council? Item 9, new business. Seeing none, we'll move on to council discussion. Rick, have you got something you'd like to share?
I love Yukon. And I tell you what, I'm gonna even love it more when it's all one Yukon instead of the work going on I-40 out there. It'll be really nice in about 9 or 10 months, so just hang on to your britches, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's gonna happen, it'll be over. As the word says, even this too shall pass. But let me tell you, when a city manager can't find his way home, we have a little bit of a disturbance. So just don't go that direction. Do what Grayson Bottom says and just don't go that direction. Police and fire, you guys do a great job, and I just want to commend you on what you do. We've got a great department. Both departments are really, really good. Y'all do a great job. Our crime rate's low. Good things happen in Yukon. They really, really do. Tom, I want to thank you for coming tonight and sharing. Thank you very much. Governor?
Councilman Alberts.
I have just a couple of things. 2 status updates. What's the status of the Stone Mill stop sign? Is it on a planning commission agenda yet?
It's on the agenda for reconsideration.
Okay. And then as far as the landowners meeting, is that tentatively in October or is October?
Tentatively, depending on engineering reports and survey work.
Okay, thank you. There was a great spirit run this weekend. I told you about it last time. A great run. I ran it with my little boy, 6, so we made it around the whole time, and he ran it. That was his first, no, it was his second 5K, first one that he really ran. But the money goes to a great cause for the Spirit League. So anytime that you can get involved and help that group of people, it's a great service that the community provides. And I want to say a special thanks to Jeannie. She was apparently the official photographer and took a lot of nice pictures, and it's nice to see you running with your little boy in color. So thank you very much. And then the last thing that I wanted to do is I guess I want to challenge the citizens of Yukon to make Yukon an even nicer place, Rick.
Absolutely.
Carla and I, my wife and I, just came back from La Jolla, California, out in San Diego, and surprisingly enough, that was one of the cleanest cities that I've ever been in. We went down by a bay area with a bunch of riprap. I mean, I tried to find trash. I found one styrofoam cup. I came home, and John and I, we had a new cane pole from the flea market, cost us $1, so we went down to Mulvey's Pond to use it, and we were doing pretty good with some perch about this big. But I noticed down there are cups and bottles and all sorts of stuff that are floating around. So what I'd like to do is just challenge you, walk by some trash, be a good example to your children, your family, pick it up, put it in the trash can. But Yukon, Rick, I agree, it's a great place to live, but I think working together we can even make it better. Try to find some trash and put it in the barrel.
Councilman McCarron.
Why not? Rick, of course, spoke like a true business person, indicating that all that traffic ain't coming into town, and it's not gonna be a whole lot of fun. I personally have witnessed two serious accidents, one in which a water truck removed the entire front end of a SUV, and there was another one there that was more of a fender bender. But certainly in that construction area at I-40 and Mustang Road, it is truly a serious problem that we need to really look at that and encourage people not to go down that way. My kudos go out to the folks that have been fixing streets. I've mentioned Arnold's group several times in the city here. My kudos definitely go out to them because the Fifth Street has been in dire need for a long time. It goes out to Grayson as well to have orchestrated all of that to get that thing fixed up. And just as another little side issue, I've had 2 phone calls this week for people that have turned in potholes that were fixed very quickly. And they called me back to pay me the courtesy of telling me that they appreciated it. So it just says that our folks are out there on the line doing a good job every day, and I think that's pretty important. Mayor?
Councilman Gerba.
I'm just going to piggyback on something John Alberts had said concerning trash. And just a question I got for everybody is who recycles in here? How many of you guys recycle? Show of hands. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Anyway, my whole point is this. When you guys have trash, do you ever think about where the material comes from that you're throwing away and where it goes? And the reason I say that is I drive by 2 landfills here in Oklahoma City on my way to work every day. And in the summertime, it smells horrible going by there. And to me, it's always been really cool if everybody can pitch in to do what we can to cut down the amount of waste that we have to deal with. And to me, recycling is just a cool thing to do. Instead of throwing those natural resources in a landfill that the city has to pay for the disposal costs, turn them around and we can actually make money long term on those materials. So if you guys aren't doing it now, think about it. And if you know where the transfer station is, you can take your stuff down there any day of the week. And sooner or later, we're going to have curbside. So we're going to be able to pick up stuff at your curbside. Eventually, we're getting there. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Just a couple of things. I'd like to stand in defense of our city manager. I happen to know that his misdirection on Saturday was in large part to his being on the verge of heat stroke from the ball game. The construction did contribute a little bit, but also just for those who aren't aware, we have a lot of neighboring communities that are participating in, I'll call it study of the possibility of public transit that are going to tie some of the neighboring communities in. Yukon is not one of the communities participating. I wonder if that's something that we could look into and see how feasible our participation would actually be. I've been contacted by many citizens, and even as recently as today, I've received an email from someone bringing that up, like we were unaware that those studies are taking place. And speaking for myself, I was aware, and I believe that many of the councilmen have been. So I think if we could put it on a study session for discussion or something, I think that would be something I'd look forward to seeing and hearing about. Also, the National Night Out, for those of you who have not participated, it is a lot of fun. It's a good chance to see people you haven't seen for a while. You can rub elbows with police officers a little bit and realize that those guys aren't really as bad as they seem to be sometimes. And a lot of people you haven't seen for a while. It's a good opportunity to fellowship and again see folks you haven't seen for a while. And Tom brought up the Veterans Museum this evening. Rick Caccini's been here a number of times talking to us, and they passionately plea for help. They definitely do need a location that they can call home as opposed to a portable location. And the donations are getting to the point now where they're pretty significant donations that we have to have a place to keep those stored and safe. And we need to have a place that people can actually come and see and show appreciation for the veterans who have, in many cases, given their lives to make sure that we have the freedom to sit here and discuss as we are discussing. So if we do have a philanthropist here in Yukon or a property owner in Yukon that would like to assist, please step forward and do that. It's a very important cause. That being said, this meeting is adjourned.